Their offense is very ball control oriented, although their running backs can run the ball really, really hard. And if Tiffin Calvert forgets about the fullback, they're going to be in some trouble. On the other hand, it seems like Tiffin Calvert is just
Bears against Pandora last week, and you said you see a lot of wishbone, and the Senecas are kind of what we saw last week. And so
we have an interesting thing going on here, Dave, is that the clock or the time on the scoreboard has expired, suggesting that teams should be on the field. Tiffin Calvert is not sure, and we'll be entering the field very shortly, but it'd be interesting to see what the officials do. The Ohio High School Athletic Association is very clear and very demanding on when to start the correct. So we'll see what happens here in a moment and see if there's a penalty. Tiffin Calvert now entering the stadium, and we're just about ready to. The Senecas are coached by Toby Hammond. Toby, a longtime coach at St. Mary's up in Sandusky, and then moved on to Tiffin University. And it'll be a 5-yard delay of game on the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. And from what we hear, Dave, the air.
Only 5 yards.
26 passes a game for 2,200 yards, 36 touchdowns, averaging three touchdowns per game. Kicked on a line drive, number 44. Tim Broadman picks the ball up, carries it to the. That is unique, and it's a good thing that they are contrasting in orange and blue. White helmets worn by Gibsonburg Golden Bears, and the gray helmet Calvert. 1st and 10, wide open. Puffenberger for 5-6 yards. One of the things that a wide open
Puffenberger comes in at 165 pounds, and he was all Northwest Ohio offense. And they're going to him early.
3rd down and 3, a long 3. Ball right on the 40-yard line, right hash. Justin Keefe out.
Or the wishbone. They have not played many teams that spread them out, so defensively this is kind of hard to prepare for.
Yes, it is. The one team that beat Gibsonburg was Elmwood, and Elmwood thrown. Bring up a 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line of Gibsonburg Golden Bears.
Now here's through the pass. When they average 30 points a game.
Three receivers to the right, Puffenberger in the backfield. Keller to throw. Oh, boy.
Bart, in tonight's game, if the quarterback is drilling the ball, you're going to see more of the receivers catching with their body rather than their hands, because the hands are going to be mighty cold.
3rd yard line of Gibsonburg. 3 receivers. Bart Fisher at the 5-yard line, inside the 5 to the 3. Well, I'll tell you, Dave, what a pass by.
Spread offense becomes a downer because you don't have that much field to work with, and so now this is where you can see the tight offense and where maybe the Senecas will go to maybe their split offense. As you can see here, they're going to stick with their single set offense, Don.
2 tight ends, wide receivers left and right. Puffenberger, the lone setback. Puffenberger to the end zone. So the Senecas strike first. 10-14 to go. First quarter, 6-0 Tiffin Calvert. Dave, that was just good smash mouth football right at the gut. And when you have a lone setback and they're going to run the ball, you know who's going to get it. They tried to go to the left, and they got stuffed. Now we have Bart Fisher trying the extra point.
As you talk about getting stuffed, when you.
It is good. We have a replay, Dave, of the touchdown.
So right up here, Don, you can see that this time they're going to the inside because all the strength is to the outside. So it leaves the linebacker. He went to the outside and it gave Puffenberger the seam to go through. And as you mentioned earlier, when you go to that setback, they did a quick pitch the strength came and closed the first play down. So what they did is they said, okay, we're going to come back here right up the middle where the strength was gone.
So that didn't take long for them to score, less than 2 minutes. Gibsonburg now will get the ball, and we'll see what they can do on their first possession. Tiffin Calvert, very, very impressive.
I like that. Tiffin Columbian last week was used to doing a wishbone, and they came out with the spread offense. So this year you see more teams going to the spread offense as opposed to the traditional I formation or wishbone formation.
Bart Fisher to kick off. Line drive kick taken at the 10. Hard to read the numbers. Ball brought out to the 35-yard line.
Josh Donnell.
Thank you, David. Now for Justin Donnell, the quarterback, wishbone offense. He has Dave Mason, number 21, and John Jackson, number 23, in the backfield, along with Andy Brickner. Mason for a yard or two. Power off tackle to the right. Second and a long 8. This will be a big series for Gibsonburg to try to come back and answer the touchdown that Tiffin Calvert got very quickly.
You see the Senecas coming in different formation. Look like a 5-2. And I'll tell you what, the Senecas are doing a good job crossing the perimeter before the Golden Bears. Luke Moore, 62, was the first one there.
John Jackson had nowhere to go. So we have 3rd and 9 or 3rd and a long 8. Seems like Tiffin Calvert spent that extra 5 minutes in the locker room for good reason.
It's worth a 5-yard penalty.
I think so. Donnell over the ball. Unbalanced to the right. And he makes the first down with about a 10-yard run. Excellent field vision by Justin Donnell. Very, very good pass coverage by Tiffin Calvert. Quarterback showed his senior leadership that time, picking up the first down. The ball now at the 47-yard line, right in the middle of the field. Big first down for Gibsonburg. Unbalanced line right, wishbone. This is Mason for 4, maybe 5. Tripped up by number 46, Dustin Reisner.
Now the thing about the wishbone, Don, is that why people like to use it is because it wears teams down a lot quicker than the spread offense does, and you can control the clock a lot. The wishbone features better clock management.
Wishbone right. Brickner for 5, maybe 6 yards, maybe a first down. Last week it seemed to me, Dave, that it was that Pandora Gilboa, who was beaten by Gibsonburg, concentrated on the running backs, Mason and Jackson, but they forgot about the fullback, Andy Brickner. That time Brickner picked up about 6 yards and a first down, and Gibsonburg is certainly looking like they are not going to back down to this Tiffin Calvert wide open offense. Unbalanced to the right. Brickner again for 10.
Brickner is just taking on the front line of the Senecas and just driving them, and keeping his body low to the field, and making them tackle high and miss tackles.
Brickner had 700 yards of rushing offense this past year. The other two guys in the backfield, 1,200 yards apiece. That's a pretty good running offense. Option, Donnell keeps. turns up the field for about 5. Injured player on the field for Tiffin Calvert. Let's see if we can get their number. Dustin Reisner with the tackle. Second and 5 when we resume play. And Dave, this is we're seeing exactly what we thought we were going to see. Tiffin Calvert comes out and takes about a minute to score. Actually, they took a minute and 46 seconds. I think it was. It was 10-14, I think, when they finally scored. And Gibsonburg comes back here in his ball control, certainly offense, 4 or 5 yards a clip. And they brought the ball now down to the 27-yard line, perhaps. Yep, 27-yard line. See the crowd all bundled up there. Toby Hammond in the gray sweatshirt. Bart Fisher's the player that we've been told perhaps is the injured player, and that would be a big loss because he's the guy that scored the touchdown. And
this is not. This is not like playing, in the fall where we had a little warmer weather last week. As the weeks go on, it gets a little colder, and this is where injuries start to, play a factor.
We haven't seen this type of garb worn by the fans that often this year, Dave. We've been very lucky. We were amiss. It's number 62, Luke Bohr, one of the captains. It's hard to ascertain what the...
Just amazes me, those girls in tank tops coming in here.
I had never seen that, David. I can suggest to you that it's my first experience with that, and I give them no high marks. Here we go, resuming play. Wishbone, unbalanced to the right. 2nd and 5. Brickner. Stuffed. Great play by Chad Elkert at the point of attack. He did not make the tackle, but he's the one that stuffed the play. Bring up a 3rd and long 4. Ball at the 27-yard line. Unbalanced to the right. Option. This is Mason. Driving for the extra yard, and he is going to be very close, Dave, but I'm not sure he made it. He picked up about 4, maybe 3.5, 4 yards. It will be 4th and 1.
On the tackle was Todd Iantununu, and number 21, Mike Sackstetter.
Gibsonburg calling a timeout. Wow. Some indecision on what to call. And this could play a big part later on, as the timeout being called now early in the game like this. We're going to go down to John Ammons in just a moment. John is our roving reporter on the sidelines, and let's see if he will have something for us.
He is our twin to Lynn Schwann of Media One.
Okay, we'll go down to John now and see how we're doing. How you doing down there, John?
Hey, I'm doing good down here, guys. The game is just like you called it. Both teams are going at it. Gibsonburg's controlling the clock. We got a little bit of an injury. Everything looks pretty good, and they're checking out a left knee. But I think it looks like he's going to be okay. Back to you, gentlemen.
John, a little bit about that garb you're wearing down there. Is there a significance to that? John sporting his Ohio State supporting deal. Number 62, Luke Bohr, down in front of us, running around trying to get himself back. Here we go, 4th and 1. Unbalanced right. Ball, the fumbled snap, and he's not going to make it. Oh, boy. Great job by the Senecas.
On the tackle, Don, was big number 76, Chad Elkert.
And also, Dustin Reisner got up. Dave, when you go up the middle like that, there's a lot of guys. A lot of guys are doing some job, and what a play by the Senecas, and they're going to take over at their own 25. Three receivers to the right. Keller over the center. Puffenberger the lone setback. Keller waited too long. Great defense that time. He was looking for Bart Fisher. Number 62, Brent Ernsberger, came backside. That'll bring up a second down and 11. He's lucky, Dave, he only lost a yard.
Looks like the Golden Bears, are going to put some more pressure on the Senecas.
One Buffenberger in the backfield, up the gut. Nice moves. Wow. You can see why he had over 1,200 yards rushing. Picked up about 4.
You got to like a runner like Puffenberger. He just runs north and south, and then when he feels someone breaking down, he just lowers his shoulder.
Third down and 5. 3 receivers to the right. Puffenberger lone setback. Keller over the center. Keller looking for Bart Fisher, and he dropped it. Oh, boy. Great route. Ran about a 7-yard hook. Ball was dropped. They'll be forced to punt.
Even the cornerback was, he even lost the cornerback there. That was a nice route. He just saw green ahead of him and lost concentration.
Number 46, Dustin Reisner back to punt.
See a shot at Coach Hammond there.
Nice snap. Oh, nice spiral. 23 is John Jackson, and he didn't get much at all. Great play. Number 7, Todd Einentuno. I hope that's correct, and I apologize if it's not. Down there first, and didn't make the tackle, but made the first hit. First and 10, ball at the 38-yard line. Both teams not starting out with really great field position, Dave. They've been 35 and 38 now for, it's not bad, but they could certainly use a lot better position. Unbalanced right. Donnell to Bricker, I'm sorry. And he picks up about 3. 4:40 to go in the first period. 7-0 Tiffin Calvert. Second and 6. Picked up about 4. Long 3, short 4. Unbalanced to the right. Number 14, Brad Krotzer, wide receiver. Option. Carl Shoot. We have a new quarterback. Carl Shoot picked up about 8 yards for a first down. Ball now at the 50, right at the 50. First and 10. Unbalanced right. Shoot, quarterback. Shoot's going to run the ball. Oh, great play by the Senecas. Getting up off the bottom was number 10, Justin Keefe. Nice job of coming up from his safety position to make the tackle. Nice job of the Senecas stretching the play to the sidelines. We have pretty much second and 10.
That's going to be the key for the Senecas to shut down the Golden Bears, is to stay in their lanes and spread the field.
Bricker in motion. This is Mason. Dustin Reisner with a great play. Bring up a 3rd and 9.
And defensively, you see the Senecas featuring a little bit of a 4-3, but a flex 4-2, showing a lot of different looks.
Unbalanced to the right. Bricker, the wing. Bootleg.
Okay.
Number 62, Luke Bohr. About a 10-yard loss. Wow.
You saw Luke Bohr come back from the outside linebacker position and sack the quarterback.
Bart Fisher back to receive the punt from Andy Bricker. Good snap. Nice high punt hanging. Bricker to 22. I'm sorry, Fisher to 22. And he gets back to the 30. So it'll be first down, and we got 2:08 to go in the first period. Ball is right about the 30-yard line.
See a cross-field shot of the Gibsonburg crowd.
Okay, Dave, this place is, how you say, packed?
Across the whole field, around people lined up around the fence.
Okay, one guy in the backfield, two tight ends, two receivers to the right. Sprint draw to Puffenberger. He's got running room. He's got big running room, Dave. Pickup of about 25 yards, but it's going to be called back. Probably a hold.
Don, as you well know, when you see a flag come to from the interior, thrown into the interior, you know pretty much what it is.
That's unfortunate because it was a nice run. It's a sprint draw they ran, which is a slow developing play. The running back pretty much picks his own spot, but to no avail, as they'll be 10 yards back, so to bring the ball back to the 10.
Here we have holding on the offense.
It'll be back to the 20, I'm sorry, not the 10. So now we will have a first down and 20. Run and shoot look. Two receivers each side of the ball. Puffenberger in the backfield. Oh, great pass. Nate Keller to Todd Inantuno.
You gotta like those type of plays where you can just throw it up, and Inantuno was at the other end of receiving, and it was a no-look catch.
Ball was thrown about 20 yards down the field. We had a 24-yard, 23-yard gain. First and 10. They can strike so quickly. Same formation. Two tight ends, two receivers to the right. Puffenberger in the backfield. Keller over the ball. Trap, counter trap. Puffenberger. Nothing.
Golden Bears did a good job staying at home. Conrad Chad was on the tackle. Chad Conrad was on the tackle.
He played a real good game last week against Pandora Gilboa. We have a second down and 10. Run and shoot. Look, two receivers each side of Puffenberger, the lone running back. Motion. Okay, intended for Inantuno.
We can say that 3 times real fast.
You can. For first and 20. Gibsonburg has held them here. It's third down. Last time they had this deficit, Gibsonburg held them and they had to punt. Three receivers to the left. Puffenberger, the 11 setback. Pressure. Not many people in the area that time, but it brings up a fourth down. Keller flushed out of the pocket. Did a nice job of not getting himself tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Fourth down.
You know, that's the downside of running a spread offense is if you don't complete anything the first or second down, the third down you're faced with maybe a third and a long, which you're faced to get that in one shot.
Short punt. Good roll. Wow. Senecas get a break. Ball rolls dead at the 15. 42-yard punt. We'll take the roll. Gibsonburg has their worst field position of the game. Gibsonburg starts their third series. Unbalanced to the right. Wishbone This is Bricker. Nothing. Nice job by number 76, Chad Elkert. Second down and 10. Ball still at the 15. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. They may not get this play off. Unbalanced right, wishbone. Bricker. About 2. Eric Falker, the tackle. That's the end of the first quarter. And we will return in a moment as the score. The Tiffin Calvert Senecas 7, the Gibsonburg Golden Bears 0. Be back in a minute.
Coppice Motors, your complete car, truck, van care center in Tiffin. Since 1927, Coppice Motors has been the dealership you can trust. We feature Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, and Jeep, plus certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and vans. And don't forget the magnificent Mercedes-Benz. Also, next to Coppice Motors is Seneca Car Wash. Always open, state-of-the-art facility. Wash and dry for one low price. For everything automotive, no need to go anywhere else. Coppice Motors and Seneca Car Wash. Kimmel Corporation, the look of professionals in a uniform image. Family owned and operated since 1931, Kimmel Corporation rents linens, floor mats, work pants, shirts, jackets, coveralls, any work apparel for men or women. All at competitive prices, but with the extra care and service that can only come from a company that's family owned and operated. So call Kimmel today. Let us help you create that uniform image.
We are back at Eastwood High School with the Media One Sports Game of the Week, which is the Division 6 second round action in the playoffs between the Tiffin Calvert Senecas and the Gibsonburg Golden Bears. The Golden Bears have a 3rd and 8 from their own 16, wishbone, unbalanced right. Now to throw, ball's tipped. Nice job by number 83, Tim Shum. Now let's go down to John Ammons and see what's going down on the sidelines. John, how's it going down there?
Okay, guys, listen, we talked a lot about the Tiffin Calvert offense the way over. As far as I'm concerned, this first quarter, the Tiffin Calvert defense and the Gibsonburg defense have been the story of this game. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, John. A very astute observation. Gibsonburg to punt. Calvert came after him. Excellent punt. Bart Fisher makes a wise choice as we have 7 Gibsonburg Golden Bears to down the ball at the 45. So Tiffin Calvert takes over with their best field position of the evening.
Now, this would be a good opportunity for the Calvert to jack up the offense and see if they can get some points. Because, other than, a minute 45 left to go, the Golden Bears have done a good job defensively containing the Senecas.
Tiffin Calvert comes out with 2 receivers to either side of the ball spread. Puffenberger, the lone setback. Reisner in motion. This is Puffenberger. Nothing. Great job by Chad Conrad, defensive end, with a little help from his friend, Gene Conlon. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
You look at Chad Conrad, he comes in, as a junior, 6'7", 210 pounds.
He played very well last week, as I said. And we're finding out that this Gibsonburg team needs to be addressed quickly. 2 receivers either side. Puffenberger, lone setback. Reisner in motion. To throw deep. Oh, a great effort by Aynan Tuno. Just out of the reach. Brings up a 3rd and 10.
That last play by the Senecas displayed Aynan Tuno's good speed, because it looked like it was going to be overthrown. Then before you know it, he's outstretched for the ball.
3rd and 10. Taking a while to get this play sent in. 10:58 to go in the second quarter. 7-0. Tiffin Calvert. Two receivers wide either side. Motion by Fisher. Boy, a corner blitz by number 2, Josh Donnell, and down he goes for about a 7-yard loss.
Again, you see the Golden Bears cranking up the defense and showing more blitzes and pressure. This time the pressure came from the outside corner, and there was not enough men to pick up the Golden Bear blitz, and so they're set up for a punt.
Okay, a timeout. The Senecas, as there's some discussion on who should be out there on the punt team.
I think Puffenberger came off when he was supposed to be on special teams.
Well, both teams have now taken a timeout, which means they both have 2 left. We have a replay of the last field. This will be get a good look at this one, Dave. Coming from the right-hand side should be number 2, Josh Donnell. There's Keller back to throw. Didn't take him long to get there.
Again, when your only back is taken on 2 people in the middle, you leave your out. There's no one to cover the outside, and that's where number 7, Josh Donnell came in and was the lone player to bring. Right there, you see our Media One sign. We appreciate all those Media One signs and the fans that came from Tiffin, Calvert. Nice crowd on hand.
Dustin Reisner back to punt. Number 23, John Jackson. Number 21, Dave Mason back to receive. High, lazy punt. About a 23-yard punt. Not what Tiffin Calvert was looking for. It will give Gibsonburg very, very good field position, actually average field position in some ways. They'll start from their own 38.
The other thing you got to look at this aspect on is that for specialty-wise, punting and kicking, the field plays a good advantage because it's harder.
A good point. Game was stopped here because the second ball was not thrown out of play. So they will start with the unbalance to the right, wishbone. And now hands to Bricker. Tries to cut back, but nothing doing. Nice job by number 71, Ian Cook. Brings up a 2nd down and 9. Ball now just over the 40-yard line. We haven't seen Gibsonburg throw yet. They've tried to throw and have had, maybe they threw the ball once, had no completions. Last week they had halfback passes. Here comes number 23, John Jackson. He's going nowhere. Number 46, Dustin Reisner, and his name's being called quite a bit tonight, Dave. Brings up a 3rd and 10, and seems as if the defenses are starting to play. Tiffin Calvert not allowing much at all. They've allowed 54 total yards here in the first half. Wishbone unbalanced right. Blitz. Halfback pass. Boy, oh boy, this is out of here, Dave. I'll tell you that there was a miscommunication somewhere. The ball was thrown by Dave Mason. Receiver stopped at the 40, and that ball landed at the 20. But that was a gun. Jay Wes brings up a 4th down. Be that as it may, Bart Fisher will be the return man, joined by number 10, Justin Keith, and number 7, Todd Inantuno.
Players kind of indicate how cold it is on the field.
I think so. Fisher will get a chance to return it. And he'll bring it back about 7 yards, 6 yards maybe, to the 36. First down and 10. 8:52 to go in the half. This is the 5th possession for the Senecas. tight ends, 2 receivers to the left. Puffenberger, the lone setback. And it's Puffenberger. Big hole. 6 yards. Both defenses playing very stingy tonight here in the first half. 80 total yards for Tiffin and 57 total yards for Gibsonburg. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and this is Puffenberger. And once again, it's the same play, Dave, that they had success with earlier, and the same result, a penalty for holding.
You know, if you look down the last possessions for Puffenberger, he's holding that right arm, and you're wondering if he's got some tape wrapped around his, say, the left arm.
Toby Hammond can't be too happy with that.
We have holding on the offense. Still second down.
Okay, he repeats the down. However, a 10-yard penalty takes it back to the 33-yard line. So we have 2nd and 12. 2nd and 13, perhaps. Long 12. Short 13. Seneca East, or Tiffin Calvert, rather, the Senecas, rather, come out with 3 receivers to the left. Puffenberger, the lone setback. Belarus, quick hook to Dustin Reisner for about 5. Good theory, not trying to get it all back at the same time. Clock continues to run. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Ball now at right about the 40, just before the 40, 39. Tom Pfeiffer there, the head coach of the Gibsonburg Golden Bears.
Now, Don, you look at the Golden Bear defense, they're honoring, the Senecas, pass, because their secondary is playing deeper than normal.
Well, I'll tell you, that's the second pass that Bart Fisher has had trouble holding on to. Ball was drilled by Keller. Brings up a 4th down.
And, you talk about, drilled, and that's a key point is, Bart Keller maybe with the cold hands having trouble bringing the pass in. That plays a big difference as opposed to if it was a warm day.
Josh Darnell, ball is fumbled. Oh, big break for Gibsonburg. Chad Conrad with the tackle. The snap was low. Reisner picked it up, had no time to get the punt off, and Chad Conrad made the tackle. So now, the first break for either team. Ball is right about the 24-yard line. Wishbone unbalanced right. This is Mason. Nothing. The Senecas showing excellent run defense, and that's what you have to do to win. We have a replay now of the punt. You see there's Reisner waiting, expecting the ball right about the waist, and the ball dribbles back to him, and by the time he picks the ball up, Conrad's there to stuff him. Back to live action now. The ball handed to Bricker. He picks up about 1. Brings up a 3rd and 9, or 3rd and long 8. 6:45 to go, first half. 7-0. Tiffin Calvert.
At halftime, John's got a nice interview set up with Tony DeMoss, who's going to be talking about his role as an athletic director for the Senecas, as well as maybe talk about his own basketball program, as he's a head coach for the Senecas. So at halftime, John Ammons is going to be bringing that to us.
Gibsonburg became a little bit unlike themselves with one guy in the backfield. Bricker runs off left tackle, gets nothing again, maybe a yard. Brings up a 4th down and 6. Little indecision now. Gibsonburg's going to have to call another timeout. Wise timeout with 6:05 to go in the first half. And Gibsonburg with their best opportunity of the game. I want to take this time to suggest that we have some awesome people working for us here, Dave. They go on the camera tonight. We have Blake Parkins, Steve Grimes, J.J. Gentile, Bob Burns, Tom Fretz. And on the audio, we have Mark Wagner, the awesome Mark Wagner. We have graphics, Dave Nauert, and our producer-director, and fine guy he is, Tom Cupp. Thank you, gentlemen, for your yeoman's work in this cold weather. Let's go down to John Emmons real quick to see what's going on down there. John, are you cold enough?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it is a little chilly down here. But I'll tell you what, that's just the kind of break Gibsonburg needed. You know, they get the ball down here almost point blank. They need to score here to get the momentum going. But I'll tell you what, this Calvert defense is awful stingy, fellas. Back to you.
Thank you, John, and that is a very astute observation. That Senecas get the goal line in their back, and they don't want to budge. Big play, 4th and 6. Wishbone, unbalanced line right.
Again, the half-back pass.
Boy, receiver was there, ball overthrown. Last week against Pandora Gilboa, the halfbacks threw the ball more times than the quarterback did for Gibsonburg, and that time Mason had the receiver wide open, overthrew him. So now it's a turnover in a sense. Ball goes over to the Senecas.
You know, the other key to that play was the big man, number 76, Chad Elkert, was right there, and I think he rushed the pass sooner than what he needed to be.
One man in the backfield, that's Puffenberger. 2 receivers either side. Keller over the ball. Keller to throw. Oh boy. Chad Conrad, 6'7" defensive end for Gibsonburg, just about had himself an interception there. Keller hit when he let go of the ball. Brings up a 2nd and 10. Both teams showing why they've gotten this far in the tournament, Dave.
Well, strong defenses, defense is what wins your ball games.
Last week, Pandora Gilboa had been averaging 350 yards of total offense. They ended up with just 54. This is Puffenberger. Big hole. Running room. He doesn't want to go down. Out to the 42-yard line. Pickup of 22 yards.
That is why, Don, he was all Northwest Ohio. Because if you saw his good running style, he lowered his shoulder when he needed to do, raised it up so he can get that leverage, and he did a great job keeping his feet moving because the Golden Bears were attacking him high.
5:42 to go in the half. 3 receivers to the right. Puffenberger lone setback. Keller to throw. Flushed out. Being chased. And the ball is almost intercepted.
Dangerous.
By number 32, Andy Bricker. Nice job by Chad Conrad of Gibsonburg.
Don, the Golden Bears are doing a good job containing the Senecas receivers. They're keeping the receivers in front of them. And Keller's so used to having his receivers come back. This time, they got in front of him, and that's where Keller forced Keller to make a bad decision and throw it out of bounds. The boundary was protected by the Golden Bears.
2nd down and 10, ball at the 41-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Puffenberger lone setback. Keller to throw. There's a fumble, and I believe the Senecas have recovered. There's one of those little flanker screens in the middle to Tuno. He was hammered at about the 50 and fumbled. And number 88, Bart Fisher, comes up with the ball. Break for the Senecas. 1st down, ball in Gibsonburg territory at the 47. 5:15 to go in the half. Plenty of time to get down here and try to put some points on the board. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers to the right. Puffenberger lone setback. Keller bootleg throw, throwing deep. Tuno, a little bit too far. Nice coverage by number 2, Josh Donnell. Dave, we've seen that a couple times where he lets go of the ball and it looks like the ball's going to be out of the stadium, and all of a sudden Number 7 comes out of nowhere and almost catches the thing.
You can just see the turbo, kick on as soon as that ball's released.
Second down and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line of the Golden Bears. Golden Bears in orange and black. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers to the right. Puffenberger. Big running room. About 7 yards, long 6. Down to the 41-yard line.
Kind of resembles before your team changed their offense, their colors. When I look at that, that's what I think of the old Van Buren Black Knights.
Well, the orange and black certainly is a popular color with some of the schools in Northwest Ohio. 3 receivers to the right, split end to the left. Puffenberger lone setback again. Keller to throw. Quick hook, and there's Fisher. Great throw, great catch, good coverage by number 11, Mike Mason from Gibsonburg, but the ball was caught for a first down at the 36-yard line.
That time Keller threw it right into the body and away from the cornerback. Fisher, the first 2 that you alluded to that he missed.
Well, you see that Keller doesn't lose faith in him. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers to the right. This is Puffenberger. Good body lean, picks up about 3. Bring up a second down and 7. Ball at about the 34-yard line, I'm sorry. Pretty nice drive here. Started at the 20. And driven the ball with ball control with 3:30 to go in the half. They're going to have to start thinking about conserving the time. They have 2 timeouts remaining. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers to the right. Puffenberger, lone setback. Keller throwing deep. It is caught at the 7-yard line by number 7, Todd Inantuno. Finally, Dave, they keep going to him and keep going to him, and finally they get it. Pickup of about 26 yards. First and goal at the 9. 3:12 to go and counting. 2 tight ends, 1 receiver to each side. Puffenberger, lone setback. Puffenberger, he's drilled at the line of scrimmage, bounces outside, fumbles the football. Gibsonburg, ball still alive. We've got all kinds of stuff going on here, Dave. We got a flag down in the middle of the field, which probably is holding, as you alluded to earlier. I think the ball was down and squirted loose. And I'm saying it's going to be Gibsonburg football. Yes, Gibsonburg football. Oh boy, what a break for the Golden Bears. We've seen it now twice. Both teams have had opportunities inside the 20 and have scoffed both chances.
That's a blow to the Senecas because they were getting ready to position to score.
Well, this is the worst field position that the Golden Bears have had. 2:49 to go in the half. I'm thinking they just want to get out of town and get into the locker room. Unbalanced line, wishbone to the right. Trap. Nothing. Number 21, Dave Mason.
Ian Cook was 71. Ian Cook was the other Seneca on the tackle.
We have a replay on the fumble. There's a good hit by number 2, Josh Donnell. The ball pops out. Looks like right there is where the Gibsonburg players recovered it. Nobody really had possession, though. That's interesting. Back to live action now. Ricker for about 7 yards. Brings up 3rd and 3. 2:05 to go. After this play, I would look for Tiffin Calvert to call a timeout if it's not a first down. try to get the ball back and make something happen. Unbalanced wishbone right. Option. Nothing. And they allow the clock to run. Toby Hammond asking for a timeout. Timeout finally called with 1:40, 39 to go. It will be 4th down and 5 for Gibsonburg at ball at about the 12-yard line. This will leave Tiffin Calvert with 1 timeout remaining. And Dave, we're going to look for Gibsonburg. Obviously would like a long punt. And I'm thinking that let's see how Tiffin Calvert plays this. Last time they went after the punt and really didn't get very close to it. So we're going to assume that maybe they'll set up for a return. Nice shot of the Tiffin Calvert cheerleaders. Let's see John Ammons down there. John, you got something for us here?
Yeah, not anything specific here, gentlemen, but I'll tell you what, Calvert's had a couple of opportunities to go up by more than 7. They're averaging 36 points a ball game. They're going to go into half only up possibly 7-zip. So let's hope we don't get frustrated, and they definitely don't want to get under. Definitely don't want to turn over here. Back to you guys.
Thank you, John. We have number 10, Justin Keith. There's a fumbled snap. What a break for Tiffin Calvert if they can stuff Bricker. Bricker trying to get the first down and comes way short. Ball's now at the 11-yard line. And another break for the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. There's a man down for Tiffin Calvert. Ball being spotted right at the 11.
Looks like Ian Cook was down for the Senecas, and hopefully everything is okay with him.
Tiffin Calvert will have 1 timeout remaining. They will have 1:31 to go in the half.
You know, you're seeing a lot of mishandling ball. You know, and you wonder if the cold has anything to do with it.
He's trying to make something happen, and that's exactly right, Dave. You know, another thing that people don't realize is when it gets cold, the ball gets hard. Not only are your hands cold and hard, your daggone ball gets hard. So that's another factor. We certainly hope this young man is not hurt too seriously and will be able to continue. But we have ourselves a football game here. Look at the cheerleaders are mugging for the cameras. Are they mugging for the cameras? Are they keeping warm by huddling together? That's a pretty good deal.
You can see the Golden Bear Band.
Let's see the end of this play and see if we can tell what may have happened. Here's Bricker trying to do what he can to make something out of nothing.
You see,
71.
You see Ian come
Cook,
by.
Number 76.
Right
Chad
there.
Elkert.
You see his head get back, and he just
gets up, and then he just falls over. He probably, it looks like his
head.
He may have been.
Because you saw when he tackled the back of the leg, it looked like a foot hit him in the head.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 at the 11. Two receivers, both sides. Puffenberger lone setback. Reisner in motion. To the end zone. We got a flag.
We got an interference.
It may be offense.
I think it's going to be defense because he didn't allow him to look back for the ball.
That could be, David. Good call. Pass interference on the defense. Good call. When the ball's up in the air like that, you got both guys going after the thing, and it's hard to tell what's what.
All's Nick Welby, number 25, had to do was turn and look like he was going for the ball. But if you don't turn and look for the ball, it looks like you're interfering.
Half the distance penalty will take the ball to the 5.
Now
1st and goal with 1:26 to go. 2 receivers either side. Puffenberger lone setback. Keller underneath the center rather. Reisner in motion. Another throw. This was a quick slant. Tied in 2-0. Excellent defense to knock the ball away. Now we got a Gibsonburg guy down in the end zone. The same guy, Dave, Nick Walby, is down. Really hard to see what happened to him on that one. You know, the gentleman that was hurt, Ian Cook, a rule that maybe a lot of people don't know is that if there's a head injury, the only way that the player can return to the game is if there's a doctor's note accompanying his re-entry. Here's Walby right there. See the motion. You can see the quick slant, trying to take away the inside. There's a turn.
Right.
Oh my goodness!
There.
Ooh, that's no good. That
Two
is
Golden
no
Bears
good.
hit each other.
He's sitting up, so that means he's at least conscious and at least knows what's going on, or maybe he doesn't know what's going on, but at least he's sitting up. Okay, we got John Ammons down there. Might be able to help us. John, you're right there.
Yes, just like you called, a little slant pattern, and the two gentlemen ran into each other and hit head. He's a little woozy right now, so they're going to take extra good care of him.
Oh, the minute and 23 to go. It's going to take him a while to get to the sidelines.
He hit. They slammed into each other pretty hard.
Anytime a kid hits his head like that, you really feel for him, and you hope that they come out okay. Let's see. We got the pass prior to that. He goes into the end zone. I guess they called his right arm was on the receiver. And I think we're about ready to go, Dave. Minute and 23 to go in the half. 7-0, Tiffin Calvert. They have the ball on the right hash, 5-yard line, 2nd and goal. We have two tight ends, two receivers to the left. Puffenberger, lone setback. Puffenberger, about 2, maybe 1. Down to the 4. Time is ticking. 1:12, 1:11, 1:10 to go. Tiffin Calvert has one timeout left, and they're conserving that for sure. 3rd down at the 4. Two receivers either side. Puffenberger lone setback. Reisner in motion. Iantuno with a quick out. Touchdown. Great throw by Keller.
Nice clear out, because the quarterback appeared to be nowhere to be found.
Well, David, the guy that had been guarding Iantuno was just injured.
It's actually Wellaby, that's correct.
And so Tiffin Calvert took no time getting the ball back to his side. That's a big touchdown with 44 seconds to go. Bart Fisher. Ooh, he topped it. Not his best kick of the year, I'm sure, but it was true. Score is now 14-0 with 44 seconds to go. We have a replay on the touchdown. Sprinting to his right, quick out ball is perfectly thrown. Not bad coverage, really, Dave.
Dustin Young on the coverage.
Well, he's a sophomore, and he certainly has some shoes to fill. As that number 25, Nick Walby, was doing a pretty nice job on Iantuno. Well, that's a big touchdown right there, Dave, as Tiffin Calvert comes down the field and fumbles, and Gibsonburg gets the ball back, thinking they can run the clock out. And now with 44 seconds to go, let's see if Gibsonburg takes a couple shots at trying to get the ball down the field, or if they will be content to just say, hey, let's stop this mayhem here at the end of the half and just get out of town and get into the locker room and try to settle down. Bart Fisher to kick off. Number 2, Josh Donnell. Number 23, John Jackson. And number 21, Dave Mason. Out to the 35, where it will be 1st down and 10 with 37 seconds remaining.
The Golden Bears come in with 2 timeouts left, and the Senecas have 1, so we'll see what the game plan is for the Golden Bears to maybe run a few plays and go in at halftime and regroup.
Gibsonburg's been switching their quarterbacks. They're back to their original quarterback, Justin Donnell. We had seen Carl shoot at Donnell over the ball, unbalanced wishbone. Mason to throw. Aired it out, down the field. Oh, boy. Ball flopped around. Looks like there was some pushing and shoving. Incomplete. Ball, kid threw the ball pretty well, Dave.
Excellent. Every time there seems to be a receiver down there.
2nd and 10, ball at the 36. 30. Sorry, Dave.
But I think the Senecas prepared for, as you said last week against Pandora, they threw that halfback pass quite often, and so I think the Senecas, took some notes out of there and prepared for it this week.
Same thing. Throwing back to the quarterback, perhaps sort across the middle. Oh, boy.
And that was there.
Mike Mason was wide open across the middle. We saw Carl the quarterback come out that time, and looked like it may have been a pass to the quarterback, but to no avail. Now we have 3rd down. Give the Gibsonburg a lot of credit for coming out here and not sitting on this thing, Dave. They want to get this, they want to try to score here. 25 seconds to go, 3rd and 10. Unbalanced line to the right. Wishbone. Looks like a reverse. It is a reverse to number 11, Mike Mason, and he's going nowhere. Number 67, Matt Myers with a tackle. Timeout. Tiffin Calvert with 13 ticks remaining. They're going to make Gibsonburg punt, and why not after what happened last time?
Now, you know what I'd do? What I would do is go for a long field goal if I was Calvert.
Oh, yes. Well, they have 13 ticks remaining.
Rely on my punt return to get me within, nice field position. They're going to have good field position. Run one play. Send in my kicker. See what he could do. Put the Golden Bears further back. Put their backs further against the wall.
Well, getting ready to return the punt. 8 men on the line of scrimmage, dropping back for a return. Nice high punt by Bricker. Fair catch called for at the 46-yard line. So they will have time for one play for sure, but maybe 2. We'd like to remind the viewers that on a first down, the clock does stop, and time will not start until the snap of the ball on a change of possession. 3 receivers to the left, 1 right of Reisner wide right, Puffenberger lone setback. Trap, Reisner just trying to run the clock out, I assume. And they're going to go into the half with a 14-0 lead. Tiffin Calvert over the Gibsonburg Golden Bears, and we will be back in a moment.
The nest is empty. Your work is done.
Now's the time to break away in a quick and nimble DeVille Concours with its 300 horsepower North Star system and Stabilitrack to help hold the road when things get slippery, so you can concentrate on more important things.
You're making
DeVille, for the time of your life.
Buckeye Do-It Center in Tiffin for all your hardware and remodeling needs. Be it hardware, paneling, tools, plumbing, lighting, or any remodeling, Buckeye Do-It Center is the place for you. At Buckeye Do-It Center, kitchens are our specialty. Mauser Custom Cabinetry is second to none, along with in-house Corian custom fabrication. So for that next project, Buckeye Do-It Center is the place for you.
Be crystal clean at Crystal Cleaners in Tiffin.
We're the Casal brothers, and let us show you how we get your apparel crystal clean.
First, we greet you and take your order. Next, your garments are dry cleaned to our and your satisfaction. And finally, we have free delivery of your crystal clean clothing. So for that same or next day service, call Crystal Cleaners today.
My
Mike's Auto Body in Tiffin, we've been building our reputation for quality guaranteed collision repair for 15 years. An accurate computer estimate to cover all parts and labor at a fair price. The technology to speed up your insurance claim. The area's largest and best equipped frame, body, and paint department. Skilled technicians to properly restore your damaged vehicle to its original condition. See why we say you can get it straight at Mike's Auto Body, a division of Reineke Family Dealerships.
So yours isn't a real community bank, but you've been telling people that it is. I see.
If you're looking for a sign, this is one you can trust.
Welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood High School as we're enjoying the half-time festivities. And we're going to go down now to John Ammons, who has a special guest with him, Tony Moss, the athletic director and basketball coach of Tiffin Calvert. John?
Thanks, guys. I have Tony Moss, athletic director from Tiffin Calvert, and we just wanted to get to talk to Tony a little bit and to get his feelings on the first half, and also being an athletic director and what it takes to get the team to get ready for something like this to come over and play. So, Tony, a lot of things go into something like this, transportation, things like that. You got to be kind of proud of being an athletic director, seeing your kids play football here.
It's great, John. I'm so proud of our kids and our coaching staff and our whole school. To get to this level and be playing as well as we are right now in the first half is just a great thing to see.
Well, not only that, being a proud athletic director, but you're also the basketball coach at Tiffin Calvert High School, and you're glad to see the kids play, which I think any coach would, but I think that puts a little slowdown on the basketball season.
Well, it backs us up a little bit, but it's a great problem to have, John. I have no problem with that. We have some kids out there that are on our basketball team, and they're playing well and playing big parts in our team all year. And that's a good problem to have.
I think any athletic director would be proud of these kids in the first half and the way they played. And I know, putting something together. Can you speak a little bit about this, about what it takes to put this together as far as contacts and things like that to get this thing ready to go?
Well, you always have a meeting beforehand, the week of the game. And John Obrock, who's the manager here, happens to be an old classmate of mine back at Lake High School. And so we had a nice, friendly meeting. But it's a lot of things about buses and selling tickets and sideline passes and so on and so forth. But we've all worked together. Toby's been good to work with, and Jim Wright, our principal, Mike Coucher, our assistant principal, and Linda Snee, our secretary, have been great.
Trying to make all those people happy with tickets, I'm sure.
Well, nobody's going to be happy all the time, but we try to please as many as we can. And we sold 1,500 tickets in the last few days of school. So there's a lot of people, as you can see, our stands are full. The Calvert spirit for football has just been great. It's tremendous.
As far as I'm concerned, this is what high school athletics is all about. And from a coaching standpoint, actually from a fan standpoint, this has got to be exciting for everybody.
Oh, it's tremendous. It's where you want to be.
And we thank you for stopping and talking to us, Tony, and good luck this basketball season. I'm sure we'll be around to see you 2 times.
Good. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Well, Dave, one of the things that was not mentioned in that interview was that Tony does an outstanding job with the basketball program, and I know from experience, from a football standpoint, that when the troops do a good job in the fall, it carries over sometimes into the winter, and we wish him all the best. We're going to take a break right now, and when we come back, we will discuss the first half and also hopefully get the Tiffin Calvert band involved. And right now, as you can see, the score is Tiffin Calvert 14, Gibsonburg nothing, and we will be back right after this from Media One Sports.
Compass Motors, your complete car, truck, van, care center in Tiffin. Since 1927, Compass Motors has been the dealership you can trust. We feature Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, and Jeep, plus certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and vans. And don't forget the magnificent Mercedes-Benz. Also, next to Compass Motors is Seneca Car Wash. Always open, state-of-the-art facility. Wash and dry for one low price. For everything automotive, no need to go anywhere else. Compass Motors and Seneca Car Wash. Buckeye Do-It Center in Tiffin for all your hardware and remodeling needs. Be it hardware, paneling, tools, plumbing, lighting, or any remodeling, Buckeye Do-It Center is the place for you. At Buckeye Do-It Center, kitchens are our specialty. Mauser custom cabinetry is second to none. along with in-house Korean custom fabrication. So for that next project, Buckeye Do It Center is the place for you.
Be crystal clean at Crystal Cleaners in Tiffin.
We're the Casal brothers, and let us show you how we get your apparel crystal clean.
First, we greet you and take your order. Next, your garments are dry cleaned to our and your satisfaction. And finally, we have free delivery of your crystal clean clothing. So for that same or next day service, call Crystal Cleaners today.
So yours isn't a real community bank, but you've been telling people that it is. I see.
If you're looking for a sign, this is one you can trust.
Can't believe it. We're so happy.
They just gave us credit. This weekend at Heilig Myers, you'll see a lot of happy faces because all furniture is on sale and no credit is refused. It's the weekend we open the doors a little wider, give everyone credit, and put all furniture on sale.
I really do love this store.
No credit refused weekend at Heilig Myers. It'll put a smile on your face and new furniture in your house.
98 models to choose from. Save big during the year-end clearance sale.
Everybody gets a great deal.
Going on now with the Bowman Automotive Group.
So yours isn't a real community bank, but you've been telling people that it is. I see.
If you're looking for a sign, this is one you can trust.
At Mike's Auto Body in Tiffin, we've been building our reputation for quality guaranteed collision repair for 15 years. An accurate computer estimate to cover all parts and labor at a fair price. The technology to speed up your insurance claim. The area's largest and best equipped frame, body, and paint department. Skilled technicians to properly restore your damaged vehicle to its original condition. See why we say you can get it straight at Mike's Auto Body, a division of Reineke Family Dealerships.
Coppice Motors, your complete car, truck, van, care center in Tiffin. Since 1927, Coppice Motors has been the dealership you can trust. We feature Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, and Jeep, plus certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and vans. And don't forget the magnificent Mercedes-Benz. Also, next to Coppice Motors is Seneca Car Wash. Always open, state-of-the-art facility. Wash and dry for one low price. For everything automotive, no need to go anywhere else. Coppice Motors and Seneca Car Wash.
Can't believe it. We're so happy.
They just gave us credit. This weekend at Heilig Myers, you'll see a lot of happy faces because all furniture is on sale and no credit is refused. It's the weekend we open the doors a little wider, give everyone credit, and put all furniture on sale.
I really do love this store.
No credit refused weekend at Heilig Myers. It'll put a smile on your face and new furniture in your house.
Welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood High School, where this Division 6 playoff game is at the half. Tiffin Calvert 14, Gibsonburg 0. I'm Don Masters, along with John Ammons on the sidelines, and my sidekick in the booth here is Dave Manley. And Dave, boy, the Tiffin Calvert team came out right away and struck first, and Gibsonburg tried and tried, but was not able to strike gold in the first half.
You know, it's like you called it in the pregame. You know, Calvert came out for a spread offense, did a great job striking quick, and you know, and then you have the conservative offense of the Golden Bears who are running the wishbone and pretty much all ball control. And since then, a few mistakes on Gibsonburg allowed the second touchdown, 14 points. And Don, it's been pretty much all Calvert.
You know, both teams botched a punt. Once Tiffin Calvert botched it and gave the Gibsonburg Golden Bears the ball on the 20-yard line, but Golden Bears were unable to take advantage. Gibsonburg, however, botched it and got stuffed at about the 20, and Tiffin Calvert was able to capitalize. So that's where we are with our 14-0 score. Tiffin Calvert will be kicking off to start the second half. Gibsonburg at the beginning of the game had deferred, and we will be ready to go. We're going to look at the statistics here real quick, Dave, just before we get going, and I think it shows exactly what you were suggesting. 63 rushing yards for the Senecas to 46 Golden Bears, not much of a difference there, but wow, what a passing difference. 133 yards to none for the Golden Bears, and that's pretty much it. You know, and the turnovers down at the bottom, it says one turnover for the Senecas and none for Golden Bears, but gosh, Gibsonburg's had a botched punt that could just about be called a turnover.
And the botched punt is what has got the Golden Bears in the bottom of the cellar as far as trouble. And and the offense hasn't really been able to project any offense. The other thing is, Don, I think they've gone to the well too much to the halfback pass.
Well, here we go. Bart Fisher to kick off. Low squibbly kick. Ball is fumbled, but wisely jumped on by Mike Mason at about the yard line. So Gibsonburg will start the second half from their own 31-yard line. And they need to have done some talking in the locker room to come out and see if they're fired up here, David. Unbalanced line to the left. I'm sorry, to the right. Ricker in motion. This is a bootleg pass. Nice throw. Oh, great throw. This is John Jackson. They still don't have him down. 14-yard gain, first down. You know, Dave, they ran that play. They tried to run that play in the first half, but Tiffin Calvert did a nice job of stuffing it before the quarterback had a chance to get the ball off. And that time, it looks like they adjusted their blocking scheme to get that extra blocker out there to hit the quarterback. Here we go. First down, the ball right at the 45-yard line. Ricker in motion. Counter. This is Jackson for about 1. Number 67, Matt Myers with the tackle. Second down 9. They seem to have a little life on their offense here, Dave. Unbalanced to the right. Option. Donnell has 5. And he's brought down. Nice pursuit by number 46, Dustin Reisner. And gosh, we've said his name quite a bit tonight, Dave.
We sure have, Don. And you know, the other thing is when they run that wishbone offense and they run the option, you see that defensive end shoot in, but the corner, it seems like the corner is not there to shut it down. But the linemen do a good job stringing it out.
Unbalanced line to the right. Ricker in motion. They have another quarterback in there. It's number 15, Carl Shute. Here's Jackson, picks up about 1. Defense playing inspired football, number 71, Ian Cook. Maybe not the only guy in on the tackle, but certainly there to help make the stop. 4th down and 2. They will force a punt. Andy Bricker. Punt. High, lazy punt. Ball is wisely let go, and it will roll dead at about the 18. So the drive stalls at about the 50. And Tiffin Calvert will get their first possession. Let's see what kind of adjustments they made in the second half. Actually, they ran the ball 18 times and threw the ball 21 times in the first half. The quarterback is averaging 26 passes per game. Here they come with 2 tight ends, 2 receivers to the left. Huffenberger in the backfield. Huffenberger it is, and boy is he stuffed. 67 is Greg Woodruff. And number 32 is Andy Bricker. They'll bring up a second down and 10. Well, right about at the 18-yard line. Tiffin taking a little bit more time to come out of the huddle this time. They're going to come out with the run and shoot look, which is 2 wide receivers to either side. Huffenberger lone setback. Keller to throw. Ball, there it is. It's Fisher. And it'll be a first down at the 43-yard line. What a throw, Dave.
Keller did a nice job. You know, even though there was a lot of pressure up the middle, Keller did a nice job hanging in the pocket and letting Fisher run underneath the pass.
Perfect timing. That's not something you just do on a Friday night. You work on that pass every day. First down at the 43-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. Huffenberger lone setback. 2 tight ends. Huffenberger had a small opening, picked up about 2. Nice job by the Golden Bears. We're going to have a replay on that pass. We'll see pressure from the backside, Dave, but Keller just gets rid of the football before he gets drilled.
Nice seam right there, Don, where the ball was just, run underneath by Fisher. And again, Keller did a nice job this time, staying in the pocket before he threw it a little too early.
Two receivers to the right. In motion comes Fisher. Oh, there's a timing throw. What an adjustment by number 7, Todd Identuno. He ran it out and up. The ball was underthrown. He came back to the ball, made the catch for a pickup of about 20 yards. Ball now at the 23-yard line of Gibsonburg. First down 10 for Tiffin Calvert. Boy, Dave, the Senecas are starting out the second half just as they started the first half.
Picking up right where they left off, and
Puffinberger. Oh boy, nice tackle. Picked up about 2. Number 75, Jamie Lambright, a Northwest Ohio offensive first-team player this year with a nice tackle. And we have a Puffinberger shirt. Oh boy. They don't want to see that.
The running game for either team is not really picked up. It's been tough to run on both teams.
Well, they've run it just enough to keep you honest. And Puffinberger had 1,200 yards this year, so he was doing something right. But this could be a big blow.
Coach Hammond, concerned on the sideline there.
$7:51 to go in the third quarter. 14-0 Tiffin Calvert.
See the Calvert faithful right on your screen as they made the truck here to Pemberville, Ohio. Great hot.
Let's go down to John Ammons and see what he's got for us. John, how's it going in the second half?
Hey, I'll tell you what, it's still a little chilly down here. We got some people down here for Calvert fans that have some tank tops on here down in the corner. I don't know why, but they do, and they're just showing a lot of team spirit. But Mr. Puffinberger just went down. It looks like a right knee. I'll tell you what, if Tiffin Calvert scores here, it's going to be very, very tough on Gibsonburg. Back to you guys.
Thank you, John. Number 43, John Rates, the lone setback to replace Puffinberger. Keller to throw. Another timing throw in the end zone. Great defensive play by number 11, Mike Mason. Ball intended for Bart Fisher. And I think Fisher actually played defense that time, Dave.
That was, that I agree with. He did a nice job separating himself from the receiver that time. So that's the reason why the flag wasn't thrown.
Third down and 8. Ball right at the 20-yard line. Number 43, John Rates, lone setback. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers wide to the right. Keller to throw. Great defensive play by number 2, Josh Donnell. That's the second time tonight he's put pressure and dumped the quarterback, Dave.
Don, I was just going to comment, before I rudely interrupted you. I was just going to comment that, Josh Donnell has done a good job single-handedly putting the pressure on the quarterback. And there you see a shot of Puffinberger, and hopefully everything is going okay for him, and they're checking out the knee.
4th down and 16, ball on the 28-yard line. 7:05 to go in the third quarter. 3 receivers wide left. Fisher in motion. Keller. Pressure. Down he goes. Number 75 leads the way. Jamie Lambright. And the Golden Bears will take over. 1st and 10. Ball right about the 35-yard line.
Now, this is where Eric Puffinberger was missed. He was able, with his size, he was able to take 2 guys on when they're coming up the middle. And with, now that he's missed, they're having trouble containing that middle, so that's why it reflected for 2 back-to-back sacks.
Unbalanced right, wishbone. Ball at the 35. This is Bricker. Picks up 3. Bring up a 2nd and 7 Ball now at the 38. Now we have another injured player. Boy, oh boy, Dave, this is really taking its toll on the teams. Number 32, Andy Bricker, fullback. Puffenberger, number 45, also injured, but he looks like he's trying to get himself back ready to play. Bricker banged up. We have a stoppage of play. Here we see the faithful, very much faithful tonight, Dave, with this chilly weather. Probably the coldest night we've had for football this year.
Even more than last year. It was rather warm last year for football season.
Yes, it was. Puffenberger gave it a try and sat back down for some more work. Let's hope this injury is not serious. And fortunately, the people that have been injured tonight, they seem to have been able to get up and shrug it off. But Andy Bricker is now up, walking off on his own power. Bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Golden Bears. Ball ready for play. Unbalanced right, wishbone. Pass. Oh boy. Oh, almost intercepted by number 46, Dustin Reisner. There's tended receivers, number 2, Josh Donnell. I think that the quarterback thought that he was going to turn up the field, and he fell down. Changing quarterbacks is Gibsonburg, number 12, Justin Donnell back in the game. 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 37. Unbalanced right. Wishbone. Going way down the field for number 11, Mike Mason. The ball is incomplete. An awful lot of jostling going on down there, Dave. I'll tell you what, number 44, Tim Broadman, put some backside heat on the quarterback that time, and just as the quarterback got ready to throw, a lineman or running back came out of nowhere to help the quarterback and give him that opportunity to let go of the ball. We now have a 4th down and 7. Bricker back in the game. He must be okay to punt. Fisher deep for the Senecas. High wobbling punt, and it gets a nice Gibsonburg roll down to the 25-yard line. So now Tiffin Calvert will take over and take their shots here.
Here they see Eric Puffinger still being attended to on the sideline, and
Puffenberger,
nice shot of the sideline there.
Here comes Tiffin Calvert. They have 2 tight ends, 2 receivers to the right. Off tackle number 43, John Rates, picks up about 2. Long 1, I suppose. 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 27-yard line. Ball right in the middle of the field. You know, with a 14-0 lead, you certainly want to get Puffenberger back in the game, but as long as they control the ball and do not allow Gibsonburg to do anything, maybe it's wise to just keep him out of there. 2 receivers to the left. Keller to throw. Excellent timing throw to Fisher, and he's got himself 15 yards and a 1st down. Ball out to the 42.
You know, for as cold as it's been, the Senecas have done a good job delivering the ball where it needs to be.
Well, the timing routes is what they're throwing, David, and you know as well as anybody that a timing route is very, very hard to do. It's not something you just do on the spur of the moment. You have to work on it, and they're doing a very nice job. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers either side, or 1 receiver either side. Rates. Oh, nice hit. At the point of attack by number 2, Josh Darnell. It'll bring up a second down and 9. We've got an injury update down on the sidelines. John, what do you got for us?
And Tom Puffenberger has a sprained ankle. He is expected to return. They did a little taping up, and he should be back in here shortly. Back up to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. Well, now we know that it's not a serious injury. A sprained ankle is serious enough. He rates the lone running back, 2 tight ends, 1 receiver wide each side. Rates again. Big hole. Rates. Full 15 yards and a first down. Maybe 16. For this John Rates, Dave, doesn't look like he's an especially fast runner, but he certainly knows how to run.
He sure does, and the front line for the Senecas are doing a good job maintaining the Golden Bear front line and allowing Rates to get the yards he needs. And this is what you want to do to give Puffenberger some breathing room and get that ankle back in shape.
2 tight ends for the Senecas. Ball on the 43-yard line. Rates lone setback. Keller to throw. Steps up, throws deep. Fisher goes down, but I think there was incidental contact, if there is such a thing.
Well, the ball was out of reach. It wasn't going to be caught anyway.
And that'll bring up a second down and 10. Nice job by Rates to give Keller time to throw the ball that time. Puffenberger running on the sidelines as we have a second down and 10. Ball at the 43-yard line of Gibsonburg. 3 receivers to the right, Fisher to the left. Rates lone setback. Rates, trap, picks up 4. Bring up a third down and 6. Dave, earlier in the game, you said something that I thought was exactly correct. It seems like the opposite is happening. We suggested that maybe the offensive line of Gibsonburg would wear down the Tiffin Calvert defensive line, but just the opposite is happening. It seems as if the Tiffin Calvert offensive line is doing a pretty good job on the Gibsonburg defensive line. 2 receivers either side. Fisher in motion. Rates in the backfield. Keller to throw. Down he goes. Chad Conrad, number 10, came from the defensive end spot. Sometimes, Dave, they call that a coverage sack. Receivers are covered. Quarterback gets dumped. Bring up a 4th down at the 43. Fisher to punt. Nice snap. Lazy punt. Ball lands at about the 23. Rolls to about the 16. So Gibsonburg will take over on their own 16. This will be their 3rd offensive possession of the second half. 2:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. 14-0 Tiffin Calvert. There's the Tiffin Calvert faithful. A repertoire of garb. We have unbalanced to the left this time. Wishbone. Donnell. Option. Keeps the ball. Picks up about 6. Sorry, picks up about 5. Bring up a second down and 5. Ball now resting at about the 22-23 yard line. Make that 2nd and 4. Unbalanced right, wishbone right. Donnell over the ball. Option. Fumble. And Dave Mason recovers the ball back at about the 10 or 11 yard line. Quarterback didn't look before he pitched that time, Dave.
No, and it looked like he had trouble handling the ball from the start. And again, as you alluded to earlier, as the game goes on, the colder and the harder the ball gets.
Minute 40 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down, 15, 16 perhaps. Unbalanced right. Here's a halfback pass set up. Way down the field. Great pass. Oh, great catch. Number 11, Mike Mason. Boy, talk about timing and putting the ball on the money. Dave Mason to Mike Mason.
Now you're seeing a cramp. You got a leg cramp here by Mike Mason.
Ball will be spotted at about the 30. That was about a 50-yard gain, Dave, and I'll tell you what, gives Gibsonburg some life. That is the same pass that Gibsonburg threw for some success last week against Tiffin against Pandora Gilboa. Obviously, the key factor is time for the halfback to get the pass off. It's a down and away pass, ball put perfectly, and thank heavens for number 10, Justin Keefe, to save a touchdown.
Well, you know, you brought up a good point. That the big play of that play was they threw it to the opposite side this time, and you used the word lazy, and that's what the secondary got a little lapse coming to the backside. The backside corners were not prepared for that. Nice pass and reception end to end from the Golden Bears.
You have to believe that they're going to do something more than they've done on offense. 46 yards at the half is quite unusual for the Golden Bears, but give a credit to Tiffin Calvert and their defensive game plan. Number 11, Mike Mason, up and walking off. Cramp is what it seemed like it was, Dave, to your John Ammons. We have him down there somewhere. John, what do you got for us?
Well, I'll tell you right now, Tom Puffenberger had a bad ankle, but he got up to try to test it out, and his knee is hurt. I'm not quite sure what the injury for Gibsonburg is, but I'll tell you what, that's a big play for Gibsonburg. They get a score here. They're right back in it.
Unbalanced right, wishbone. Option was stuffed that time. Carl Shoot with the ball. Tackled by number 44, Tim Broadman. 1:05 to go in the quarter. The wind is picking up, Dave. Gibsonburg continuing the quarterback shuffle. Unbalanced right, wishbone. Timeout, Gibsonburg. Second time in this game where they've called a timeout relatively early in the halves. However, this is a juncture of the game where Coach Tom Pfeiffer knows that they need a score.
And that's, and you can see the look of concern on his face, and he needs to get some momentum going in the fourth quarter, and hopefully he can put his team in a position where they can start the fourth quarter, score early, and on the flip side, that Coach Hammond's saying, hey, we got to stuff him here. We want the momentum going in the fourth quarter.
Well, Tiffin Calvert has kind of sat on this 14-0 lead here. I mean, they haven't sat on it, but Gibsonburg's done a nice job of not giving them much or they haven't given them much momentum. They've kept them pretty much stymied. So far, we have 22 total yards for, not including this drive, 22 total yards for Gibsonburg, and we have 78 yards total for Tiffin Calvert. Ready to go back to play. It's second down and 12, unbalanced left, power off, tackle to the right. It is Dave Mason for about 2. Brings up a third and 9. 33 seconds to go in the quarter. I don't know if, they have to get the play off prior to the quarter ending, or it'll be a delay of game. Unbalanced to the left this time. Wishbone. Bootleg. Shoot, gets stumped. Number 71, Ian Cook was there. Number 54, Eric Fokker was there. And the quarter ends with the score. Tiffin Calvert 14, Gibsonburg nothing. And we will be back after this on Media One Sports.
clearance time at the Ballman Automotive Group. Save big with 0.9% financing. Rebates as high as $3,500. Over 50 new 98 models to choose from. Save big during the year-end clearance sale.
Everybody gets a great deal.
Going on now at the Ballman Automotive Group.
Be crystal clean at Crystal Cleaners in Tiffin.
We're the Casal brothers, and let us show you how we get your apparel crystal clean.
First, we greet you and take your order. Next, your garments are dry cleaned to our and your satisfaction. And finally, we have free delivery of your crystal clean clothing. So for that same or next day service, call Crystal Cleaners today.
Well, Dave, here we go, and the first thing we see on our screen are the Tiffin Calvert Muscle Ladies. I'll tell you what, I don't know. I don't know what they're all about because they've got to be cold. I'm telling you, there's no other way to put it.
Well, you give
Here's a big play.
You give John some time, he'll figure the story out.
Back to pass is Donnell across the middle, wide open, and he can't handle. Oh boy.
That was a two-handed catch that was a two-hander definitely. That pass was right there.
Well, that is a play that they had to make because it gave them the opportunity to get back in this ball game. As you mentioned, it didn't work. Well-conceived play. We're going to see a replay here of what happened. Nice bootleg pass, excellent protection.
All right here, Don. Look at the receiver. He's waving his hands. Should have been turned his body, stretched. If he would have had his second hand up there, probably would have helped him catch the ball.
Tiffin Calvert with a wide left, too wide to the right. Keller to throw. Nice protection. Ball batted down at the line of scrimmage by number 10, 6'7", Chad Conrad. Brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 31. .11:50 to go in this contest. Time's going to start to become a big-time factor, Dave. 3 receivers to the right, lone running back with a wide left. This is Rates, nowhere. A host, as they say, a host. With Conrad, one of the men at the bottom of the pile, along with number 32, Andy Bricker. We noticed that Eric Puffenberger is on the sidelines on crutches, so he is certainly not going to see any more action tonight, and probably very wisely, so that he can be prepared for next week, be it that Tiffin Calvert holds on to this 14-point lead. 11:15 to go. Fisher in motion. Keller to throw. Quick slant to Fisher, and there was bumping, and they are calling pass interference, and that will be a 15-yard penalty and a first down.
That was an awful late flag.
Well, I think he had trouble getting it out of his pocket. Be that as it may, we'll listen to the official and see what it is.
Here, we have defensive pass interference. There, they offset. Play it down over.
Here we have offsetting penalties, which means we replay the down. 3 receivers to the right. Rates, the lone setback. Keller to throw. Keller's dumped. Number 75, Jamie Lambright, who played a great game last week against Pandora Gilboa. He is, as we said earlier, a Northwest Ohio first-team offensive player. And they have stuffed Tiffin Calvert, and they must punt. Back to punt is Dustin Reisner, standing right at the 10-yard line. Good snap. Oh, almost blocked. Poor punt. Gets a good Seneca bounce. Ball rolls dead at the 48-yard line, where the Golden Bears will take over. And I would think, Dave, that they're going to need to be very conscientious about getting the ball in the end zone right about now because time is running out on them. They're ready to go. Here's a funny formation we saw last week. Usually run the fullback off tackle, and they do just that. But to no avail. Seneca's doing a good job. That offense that we saw last week puts two wings, two running backs, right outside the guard and inside the tackle. And it caused Pandora Gilboa a little bit of frustration, but certainly not the Senecas. 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 47. Same formation. Fake. Throws. Intercepted. Reisner brings the ball back to the 46-yard line.
You know, Dustin Reisner just sat where the receiver was supposed to be, read that pass play all the way, and met the ball, and gave the Senecas a boost and more control of the ball game.
Well, that was a big play because they're going to be able to run some clock. See if they don't run the ball now. They've got 2 wide outs to the left, 1 right out to the right. This is Rates holding on to the football, picks up 2. It'll be a 2nd and 8. Let's go to John Ammons and find out where John is. John, you're a roving reporter, and I'll tell you what, John, you got it made right now, sir.
I definitely do. I got some Tiffin Calvert fans here, and I understand the volleyball team here. Is that one correct, ladies? Senior girls, and they're called the what? And I'll tell you what, they sure don't have very many clothes on, but they're having a heck of a lot of fun. Here we go.
Boy, oh boy, they have reason to have some fun right now. Here's Rates again. Picks up about 2. And Dave, right now, they don't care about the yardage as much as they do let that clock run.
You know, exactly. You know, this is, I do believe the Senecas, you know, won this state championship in 1983, and this team represents that team back there. So they've got a little bit of a taste of what it is, you know, to get to this point.
Well, we have 3rd and about long 5, short 6. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Rates the lone setback. Keller to throw. Throwing deep. He's got his man. Keith to the end zone. Touchdown. Great throw by Keller.
You know, he's got the same thing that Iconunu does, and that is, you know, a quick release, and then you see Keith look like it's going to be overthrown, and he has great speed to get to the ball.
Well, that, Dave, is probably a nail in the coffin. But give Toby Hammond credit. They didn't sit on that lead, although they did lull them to sleep, the kick is good by Fisher, and the score now is 21-0. Tiffin Calvert. They kind of lulled the Golden Bears to sleep with 2 running plays. Excellent protection. Look at the nice protection for Keller. Nice loft on the ball. Keith runs under it, eludes the 1 guy, and jogs into the end zone for that all-important 3rd touchdown.
Where's everybody at? That was too easy.
.8:22 to go here at Eastwood High School. 21-0 Tiffin Calvert. Gibsonburg faithful on the other side of the field starting to file out. However, they cannot be disappointed with the season that Tom Piper and his troops have put together. They won 9 straight games, lost their 10th game to Elmwood. They beat a very good Pandora Gilboa team last week, and this week have just not been able to put it together. Give credit to Tiffin Calvert for holding them at bay. This is Mason. I'm sorry. It's Jackson. Jackson's still running. Jackson to the 49-yard line of the Senecas. Excellent return. And now The Golden Bears will have good field position. Let's see if that gives them a little spark, Dave.
You know, right now, the worst thing you want to do is you don't want to get to this point and be shut out.
Quarterback, Justin Donnell. Ricker, the wing. Back to pass. Nice throw. Nice defensive play by number 10, Justin Keefe. Justin makes a great play on offense, comes back and makes a great play on defense. Second down and 10, ball at the Senecas 49-yard line. Wishbone to the right. Unbalanced to the right. Now it's a perfect time for Tiffin Calvert, Dave, because they can sit back and say, hey, the only way this team can beat us is to throw the ball, and they can sit back and wait for those passes. 7:59 to go, third down and 10. Ricker on the wing. Bootleg pass, quarterback in trouble. Oh boy, nice shoestring tackle by number 76, Chad Elkerts. And Dave, if he had not made that tackle, Donnell had some running room.
He had some huge green ahead of him, and I'll tell you what, it's hard to get across when you have number 76 at your feet, because all he did was stick his big claws up and bring him down.
Number 15, Carl Shute in the game now. Fourth down and 6, and the Golden Bears elect to go for it. I don't blame them. Unbalanced left. Shute to throw. Down the right sidelines. Excellent job once again by, guess who? Justin Keefe.
Justin Keefe is showing his senior leadership as the defense gets a standing ovation.
7:14 to go now. First and 10 for the Senecas. Ball at the 46-yard line.
There you see the sideline shot of the Senecas fan.
Keefe to the left. Two receivers to the right, and Waits has the football. Covering the football, protecting the ball, picks up 3, maybe 4. Takes the ball down to the 50-yard line. Second and 6. 6:55 and counting to go in the contest. Flags, Dave, are standing straight out as the wind has picked up gradually as this game has progressed. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 wideout to the left. Rates the lone setback. Rate to the trap. Nowhere. Nice tackle by number 23, John Jackson. Brings up a 3rd and 5, short 5, long 4. 6:17 to go. Ball at the 49-yard line of the Golden Bears. Two wideouts to the right, 2 tight ends. Rates, Keller to throw. Down the sidelines. Great defensive play by number 2, Josh Donnell, knocking the ball away from Todd Inantuno. Brings up a 4th down and 5. Reisner back to punt. Number 2, Donnell, and number 21, Mason, Dave Mason, back to receive. Good snap. Lazy punt. Ball bounces at about the 24, rolls dead on about the 19-yard line. So the Golden Bears will take over with 5:42 to go, and the Senecas leading 21-0. Let's go down to John Ammons. And, John, what do you got for us, sir?
Well, I'll tell you right now, Gibsonburg's now just going to have to air the ball out. They're down 21-zip. Calvert's had a chance to put this away a long time ago. Gibsonburg's kind of hung around, but I'll tell you what, they're going to do something they don't like to do, and that's throw the football.
Bricker for 11 yards and a first down. So, I'm sorry, that's 21. Dave Mason for a first down. They put Mason at the fullback position. Picks up 11 yards, brings the ball out to the 31-yard line. They're getting up over the ball quickly. The clock stops at a first down. Unbalanced right, wishbone. Shoot. Straight up the gut once again. It is Mason. Picks up about 5. 2nd and 5. I don't think Tiffin Calvert minds these 5-yard gainers.
No, they just, as long as they get the 5-yard gainers and this clock keeps running, they'll be happy.
Unbalanced wishbone to the right. This is Donnell to throw. Intended for number 23, John Jackson. A great play by number 83, Tim Schoen. Tim Shum, I'm sorry. Brings up a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. 5:03 to go. Ball at the 35-yard line. Unbalanced right. Wishbone. Halfback pass. Thrown a little bit off balance by Mason. Intended for number 14, Brad Krotzer. Brings up a 4th down and 5, and no need to punt here, I don't believe, Dave.
Nope, just he's got to do what he can with the ball and see if he can make something happen.
Carl Shute in the game at quarterback. Unbalanced line to the left, wishbone. Shute to throw. Intended for number 21, Dave Mason, incomplete. And the ball gets turned over to the Senecas. So once again, the Senecas do the job on defense. And with 4:53 to go, the Senecas will take over and probably just run the ball with number 43, John Rates. Two tight ends. I'm sorry, one tight end. Rates. For about 4. Tackle by him. John Jackson on the tackle. Time ticking at 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 2nd down and 6. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 wide out to the right. Rates the lone setback. Rates again. Bounces to the outside, but nice tackle by number 10, Chad Conrad. Now we are just about under 4 minutes to go. 3rd down, 4. Taking their time, no rush here. Gibsonburg sideline probably pretty cold right now, Dave.
Yeah, probably since the start of the 3rd quarter.
Keller to throw. Down he goes. Nice defensive play by number 62, Brent Ernsberger. We have a 4th down and 12 now after that nice play by Ernsberger. And it will be, the ball is placed on the 37-yard line. And it looks like Tiffin Calvert's going to punt. their time. Looks like they're going to take a delay of game penalty, and why not, Dave? They'll just move the ball back 5 yards, giving them a little bit more leg to punt with. This is a strategy that a lot of teams will use. With 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go, time is the factor that they are most thinking about right now. So Tiffin Calvert will line up in a punt formation. Back for the Golden Bears is number 2, Josh Donnell, and number 11, Mike Mason. Nice high, lazy punt. The ball's fumbled, and Mike Mason very quickly jumps on the ball. However, with 90 yards to go, 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game, Gibsonburg has quite a tall task to try to get in the end zone. First down 10 at the ball on the 10. Unbalanced wishbone to the right. Donnell over the ball. Mason for about 4. Pretty tough, Dave, when you get to this. The other team knows you have to throw, and your throwing has not been very successful. There's a shot of the Senecas cheerleaders. They're cold now, Dave.
They're pretty happy.
But they're warm inside for sure, sir. Unbalanced line left now for the Golden Bears. Wishbone. Jackson. Really nice move to get himself across the 21-yard line and a first down. Clock is down to 2:01 to go. 21-0 Senecas. Clock is running. Unbalanced wishbone to the right. This is Mason for about 2. Minute and 40 to go. And Tiffin Calvert is going to move on to the next round, Dave, and they certainly deserve kudos tonight because not only did they play enough offense, they played excellent defense. Unbalanced left, wishbone. This is Jackson, and he is being taken down on a nice play by number 44, Tim Broadman. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. Ball sitting right on the 20-yard line with 55 seconds to go, and the celebration is beginning.
As it should be. The Senecas did a great job, and hopefully Puffenberger will be able to get himself healthy and come back next week.
Donnell to throw into the right flat. Nice catch there, nice grab.
See an interference call.
That was a good throw by Donnell. They're not giving up by any means. 32 seconds to go. He did not get out of bounds. And so they're calling interference. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, which will give them a first down, but the clock will start immediately. And we need to get up to the line of scrimmage, or the Golden Bears need to get up to the line of scrimmage as quickly as they can.
We have defensive pass interference. That's a first down. First down.
Nullifies the reception, however, gives them a first down, and the clock will start. Evidently, they said he did get out of bounds, Dave, but maybe he didn't catch the ball. Unbalanced right. This is number 2, Josh Donnell, and he gets the ball out for 9 yards, but that might just about do it. 23 seconds to go, 22. And I don't believe they're going to get a chance to get another playoff. 10 seconds to go. Maybe they will. Unbalanced right. They will snap the ball and hold it to Mason. And Mason's got some room, Dave. Great play at the end of the game by Dave Mason. Pickup of about 30 yards. But that is nullified, or not nullified, but overshadowed by the Tiffin Calvert celebration.
And they win the regional final here.
Yes, the regional champion, Tiffin Calvert Senecas, will move on to the next step, and down the road somewhere, Dave, is Delphus St. John.
I was going to say St. Henry, and I would say they could face
St. Henry or St. John's. I believe they play tonight, and they, sir, are two teams that need to be reckoned with before you get to Columbus, or, I'm sorry, not Columbus, to Akron or to Canton. 21-0. Senecas shaking hands with the Golden Bears. And I don't think the Golden Bears need to walk away with their heads hanging low. Anytime you end the season with a 9-2 record and go two games into the tournament, you're doing something right. Coach Tom Piper has turned the season around, or turned the program around at Gibsonburg, and they certainly are doing a nice job of showing that they can play football with just about anybody. Tiffin Calvert, however, under Toby Hammond, have not lost yet, and I think they showed tonight that they come up against a good Gibsonburg team.